Sacramento City, California. You're listening to The Second Column with Joe, Mike, Carlos, and Sean.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Second Column podcast. Already laughing.
you almost blew it there.
Carlos was right in my face.
Yeah.
Carlos was trying to mess Joe up at his intro.
Hello, everybody.
Never
happened.
We are joined today by Mike is here. We've got Mike in the house. We've got Carlos. We have no Sean. Sean is out of town. And we are joined by special guest John Kyle Grady. Welcome, John.
Hi, everybody.
Yes.
あとはね、パブリーナさん。おこんばんは、パブリーナさん。こんばんは。どうぞよろしくお願いします。はい。That was a little Japanese message for Dave Pavlina.
Here, I got one too. Watashi wa biru ga suki.
Biru, hi.
You just asked Dave if he wants a beer?
No, I said I like beer.
He likes beer.
And then John just said yes.
Oh, there you go.
Watashi mo, hi.
Hey, John, you're not Japanese, are you?
I am not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so white, I'm clear.
Oh, wow. That's clear.
Damn translucent. John's not a Japanese guy, but how would you learn Japanese? How'd you get that?
I went I took like 6 semesters in college, and then and then I did a semester in Japan in Sapporo.
Oh, wow.
So I learned more in that semester than I did in the 6 semesters.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Why did you focus on Japanese?
There was a girl I liked.
Yeah,
that's
was she Japanese?
Of course.
Well, no, she was actually just this blonde girl from Vermont, but she was taking Japanese, and when I got to college, I was already like pretty much fluent in French, and I was like, I want to take a new language, and like Julie Eels is taking Japanese. I think I'll take Japanese as well.
So you followed her for 6 semesters?
No, we actually went out.
Oh, we did?
It wasn't good. It's quite so stocky.
Good. So, well, I would have quit after like the first class. Then.
Yeah, no.
Like, oh, okay.
Well, I loved it though, so I didn't quit.
John, that's a beautiful reason to learn a language.
Yeah, right.
Just to meet a girl, it's great.
John did a wonderful thing tonight. John came over the house and he brought he made strawberry shortcake for us.
It's awesome.
Which is really cool. And I just want to say how great that is as a guest and all future guests who are listening. You have guys like Ed Galvez who brought over Clamato beer, which was very good.
No,
that was Mark Thomas.
Mark Thomas brought it during the Ed Galvez podcast. So Mark was actually an audience member who brought it. You have guys like Chris Mosier who don't bring shit. They just come.
Yeah, just bring the comedy.
I'm here. I'll be funny. Thanks a lot, Mosier. And then you have guys like John Kyle Grady who spent 15 minutes in the kitchen making us strawberry shortcakes tonight before.
I said
awesome.
I said we replace him with Sean.
I know.
Just forget about Sean.
Kearney's on thin ice cream.
Yeah.
By the way, I would like to give a little shout out to Sean Condor Kearney. He's in the Big Apple right now. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Randy.
I think he's going to call pretty soon. I think we have a call right now.
Yeah. Are they on the line? The great thing is Sean will be back in town when he listens to this.
I know.
I don't think so. I don't think he gets back before this gets posted.
Okay. I'm sure he'll download it as soon as it comes out and listen to it in New York.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. So John, thanks for the strawberry shortcake. You've raised the bar for all guests.
It was good, too.
Amazing.
He used biscuits.
Yeah. I made homemade biscuits.
Oh, it was. Wow. I mean, I felt like it was a southern fried, beautiful strawberry shortcake.
The whipped cream.
I don't know about the southern fried, but it was a shortcake.
That's great, man. I felt, like
maybe you had a different one. I don't know.
Felt like a cowboy eating.
Mike enjoyed
shortcake.
it so much his throat is still talking.
He just put it in a deep fryer and just ate it.
Well, I wanted
awesome.
I wanted to, bring some food.
That was
just
really
in case
cool.
I sucked on the podcast.
No, you're not going to suck. We know. Here's how we know John Kyle Grady. John's an actor. He's an improvisational comedian. He's a comedian. He's very funny. And we actually perform improv with John from time to time in a group called Turtle Beer. And we got to know John really well from his old improv group, the Knife Fight, which
boo.
No,
they suck.
Booed.
Yeah,
on purpose.
For the audience members, it was great. Whenever they would come out, the audience would just boo.
Why would they do that?
Well, we started it. We booed ourselves. Like Chris Germain would come out and say, "Well, you got a couple of great groups tonight. We got Knife Fight later, and David Sanz and Ed and I and Megan would all go boo. They suck."
And then it just caught on with the audience, and so it became like a theme. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it became the trademark.
We kind of took the boos away from the audience, so they couldn't boo us because we were booing ourselves.
Right.
Good idea.
Smart.
Good idea. David Sanz now mentioned in 2 of the last 3 podcasts, by the way.
We got to get him now.
We have to get him on.
Yeah, man. I haven't seen David in a while.
As Sloniker describes him, Sanz is a fucking psycho.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy. He's a kid with.
That was pretty good.
I don't know if you know David Sands, but he's fucking crazy.
Oh, Jeff.
Wow, I've never seen anybody take it to Slaughter.
Yeah, I
Slaughter.
don't know.
Good. I like
Gross.
it. I like it. So that's how we know John. And John brought his dog over tonight. So we got Birdo.
Yeah, we got
so if
Bert
you hear a
in the
dog
audience.
bark in the
Hey,
background, Bert. I call him Birdo because he's Italian, but he's Bert. He's a good dog. He's an Italian Greyhound and what was the other mix?
Poodle.
Yeah, great, crazy mix.
Yeah.
Very fast dog. Can't really keep track of him in the house. He's been running all over the place.
I know.
And just to kind of set the scene here tonight, Mike's sitting here in like an old prospector hat.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous.
No, it's a cowboy.
It's a
hat.
cowboy
No, it's
hat,
not a cowboy
but it
hat.
deformed.
Tweaked it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a
Because you have it on top of
versatile
your-
hat.
It's on top of your headphones, so it's all
Right.
cocked all over the place.
Why did you
Right.
put the brim down? Like you look like you're like somebody like Bob Denver or something
you
like
look-
a
he does.
character.
Gilligan.
Gilligan, yeah.
Yeah.
Bob Denver.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gilligan.
Can you do me a favor? Can you tell me where the Dadgurn Hills are?
Yeah.
I can't find the Dadgurn Hills.
And-
I'm looking for some gold. Do you know where I can?
Yeah.
No, listen,
wondering.
I have this cowboy hat that I've been wearing every now and then, and I've been kind of a rut lately. So
Every now and then.
I just felt like doing the podcast tonight. I just felt like I should put on the cowboy hat and just see if it like helps me.
Helps you
makes me
what?
more creative, and
Oh.
more funny. Something.
Well, you look funny.
Yeah, you look funny. It's funny to us.
So it's good.
Partially, I've started wearing this though, like when I'm watching movies with Carlos. And part of it is like the past few months I've been waking up in the morning and I just kind of want to pay homage to our great Western pioneers that traverse the canyons and the valleys.
Is this your talk?
I
think I said some your talk
of the
going
old
on.
Yeah,
West.
this is definitely your. All right, Mike.
Of the old West. So I
Mike's
just,
veering
Yeah,
up.
we
I
got
thought
it.
the
We
hat-
got
Great,
it.
great. We got it. So you put a hat. So you put on a hat. So you put
Well,
on a
no,
hat.
I mean, they
That's great.
struggled.
No, you put on a
First-
hat. That's great.
so-
The first
Way to
your
honor them.
your
Wow.
mention. What do we?
one- so
11
it's-
minutes.
It's just
One
kind of my
your
little
mention.
tribute.
Yeah.
We got
That's
it.
right.
We understand.
Your mention number one,
We
6
understand.
minutes in. So there we go.
Jeez.
Very good. I wanted to call this out because this is like my favorite thing. We go to karaoke every once in a while with John Kyle Grady.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I have never, and I'm not just saying this because you were here. I have never seen anybody tear the mic up at a karaoke.
I know.
night. Like I've seen John Kyle Grady tear it up with All Night Long from Lionel Richie.
Oh, you honor me with this. Thank you, friend.
It is perhaps the greatest thing I've ever seen at a karaoke, and I've been to many karaoke.
You're a
nights.
karaoke idol.
Well, John has 3 very good benefits in this world. One,
Make
he's
him
a
short.
great karaoke singer. Great karaoke singer.
Yes.
Thank you.
2, he's got a lot of charm, and 3, he's good looking.
Wow.
So when you put
thanks, Mike.
when you put all 3 of those elements
It's a heartbreaker.
together, you kill at a karaoke
Yeah.
bar.
It's true.
But the reason
You
John
have people
kills,
eating out of
the
your-
reason John
out of your
kills
hand.
is because John, like, he takes a song by Lionel Richie that has like a whole foreign words. It's got that
What
was
song
it like
is that?
Trini? Like I don't know what language
It's
that
kind
is.
of Caribbean. It's like
Caribbean.
Tombolita te chamoya. It's
Right.
like yeah.
Right, so he's got that pretty much committed to memory, and there was an entire dance routine that you did to it.
Jamba Jamba.
Right, that I didn't know if it was like choreographed, like you had practiced it before. I kind
I
of
can
like
see
I was
you-
picturing myself like
You
John's
thought about it. You
John's
thought about it.
John's in his apartment like practicing this like that afternoon or something.
Like you see the video on YouTube and just practice.
I've never practiced it in my apartment or anything, but I have like sung that song at karaoke, and I probably had done some of those moves before
Okay.
at another karaoke night. But
So
you
you
know,
know-
it's the music just moves me. What can
So
I say?
you've been workshopping that song for
Wow.
us. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Well, I like to sing songs that nobody sings, you know,
Right.
and especially
Yeah,
like a
that's good.
song that's kind of like, Lionel Richie's song. It's kind of gay to sing. Like it's kind of like not gay like homosexual, but gay like
No, I know.
goofy, like retarded.
Right.
To sing, you know.
Don't
guess.
try to offend our gay listeners
Yeah.
because
We
I didn't know you had one.
We don't know who it is, but
Yeah.
we're sure we have one.
There's
It's
got
in
to
the
be
closet
somebody gay
somewhere.
out there,
Right,
listening.
Pavlina-san. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
some of our gay listeners
He's
were
very,
Homo.
he's very not gay.
some of the gay listeners were about to get out of the closet and now they just creep right back in.
We pushed some people right back into the closet with that.
Well, thank you. I do my best.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
It's a damn show. It's good.
Thanks.
It is
Yeah.
really good. And we are going to get to the column, but I just wanted to cover like 2 more pieces of business before we do. Mike recently went to the dentist. And when he came
boy.
back, he's like, well, I got to tell you about this dentist visit, which anytime Mike has like a story to tell, you kind of want to hear it.
It's gonna be a long
tell us about,
story.
in less than 30 minutes, tell us about your most recent visit to legendary, if you know Mike, this man is a legend. Legendary dentist,
What's his name?
Dr. Lou Turchi.
Whoa.
Yeah, Lou Turchi, he's my dentist, and I like the guy. I have to, preface this by saying I like the guy because he's down to business. I go in, he cleans my teeth in like 20 minutes, and I'm out the door, and it's pretty painless. I hate going to the dentist, but the first time
it looks like Bert does too.
the first time I met Lou Turchi. I hadn't been to the dentist for 6 years.
Whoa.
Now I take pretty good care of my teeth and everything, but my dad was going to him, and Lou Turchi went to UCLA, and my dad went to USC. So my dad told me, tell Lou, hey, sorry that UCLA lost in the USC football game last week. So that was my first week of going, and when I went there, I said, hey Lou, sorry about UCLA, and the first thing he said to me was, don't give me that shit, Michael. Now sit down.
Whoa.
So this was my introduction to
Blunt
him.
speaking. Dennis.
But then, we kind of got used to each other. You
Got
know,
the rusty needle out.
got all, that. But then the last time I went in, I had missed my appointment. I was overdue by about a year and like 5 months, and I don't know, time just got away from me.
Remember that 14 months when his breath stank?
Oh,
that was
awful.
That was that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like a plague.
dude, I eat a lot of garlic. It's good for your teeth.
It's even horrible. Not for the bread, though.
It's good for your teeth.
Man, no,
Not
you
for
gotta,
us.
You got to scrub your tongue once in a while.
So I
Flossing too.
I had been flossing a lot, and actually, I kind of cheated because I realized like I had my dental appointment in like a month, so I started flossing like crazy that month before to try to catch up,
Right.
because I knew he was gonna bust me. So I went in, and you don't want to get busted by this guy. So I went in, and he's like, "Wow, it's been a while, Michael," and I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, time got away from me," and I said, "But I've been flossing." And he's like, don't give me that shit, Michael.
Whoa.
There's going to be penance to pay. He's like, now sit down.
He actually said that.
Yes.
Verbatim.
Verbatim.
I love him, man. He's
This
a
is the way he does it.
Scary guy. I would.
Nazi dentist.
So then while he's doing my teeth, he's like, so how's the music business? And then, I'd be talking my mouth, and they're like, oh, it's pretty good. Things are going all right. He's like, yeah, trouble with the strikes.
Whoa.
And I'm like, so it's just gentle talk. But so anyway, my teeth were fine. And he's like, at the end, I'm like, so 6 months? And he's like, yeah,
Whoa.
6 months.
Jeez.
Come back in 6 months. And then he went and he slammed the door.
Whoa.
wow.
That was the last I saw him.
Fucking
So,
awesome.
It sounds
so
like
I got to go back in 6 months.
Sounds like an asshole. I would
That's-
dump him.
is-
It's so
Are
scary.
you kidding me? He's the best dentist I've ever had.
I think his favorite movie is Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
It's like,
Jeez.
he watches it the DVD as he goes to sleep every night.
That's my dentist.
All right, that's
but he's
good.
quick and to the point.
But that's
and
how a dentist would have to deal with Mike. Like
I
any
guess.
dentist would be driven to
Yeah.
that just because.
Or else they're going to be there for hours and hours.
6 years.
Yeah.
I think he's
Wow.
pissed because I have never had a cavity.
Oh, that's good.
Lou
That's good.
Turchi.
Lou Turchi.
Maybe
Look
he's
him
not
up.
even a dentist. Maybe he's just like a mafia guy that's like in the witness
Right.
protection
Yeah,
program.
yeah,
So he's just like all he does is pull teeth and floss.
Right.
Mike, is it safe yet?
Oh, maybe he's a Nazi. Yeah, like he is a Nazi then.
All right, Lou
Jeez.
Turchi. Anyway, we
Great.
look forward to more Lou Turchi stories because I love
I
You
anything.
just never know when
with-
he's pissed
with
and when
Lou.
he's not. It's
I
great.
don't know about this
Wait,
guy.
what's his catchphrase?
Don't give me that shit, Michael.
Don't give me that shit, Michael.
He calls me Michael too, which is kind of my professional name.
It's kind of like
so good.
it's like a different strokes thing.
Yeah.
Don't give me that shit,
Yeah.
Michael.
Or
What you
like-
talk
yeah.
about,
What you
like.
talk-
Yeah, no,
that's
if it
his
were a
catchphrase.
sitcom, that would be his
Yeah.
catchphrase.
Well,
No,
when we write that sitcom, Carlos.
Oh, I can't wait.
When
Don't
you-
give me that shit, Michael.
When we write back to back,
Back to back.
we're gonna do it.
Don't remind me.
Our famous sitcom is gonna come out.
Oh, brother.
It's about two IRS collection agents.
Yes.
It's really good. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, all right.
Ron
all right.
Baxter and Jason Backman.
Backman. You
Back
gotta
to
have
back
it.
to
They're
back.
They're back to back.
Back to back,
Yep,
dude.
exactly. All right. Well, let's save that gold.
All right, I will. Man.
Good. Final piece of business before we get to the column was that last week Carlos called out the existence of Belgium and said, "Is it worth it?"
No.
And I shit you not, in the Financial Times, which is a leading European newspaper, there was an article that said Belgium might be breaking up.
Ah,
How did you know?
Carlos is
on.
clairvoyant.
I think our podcast has
No.
gotten way bigger
Is it-
than we ever
Is
anticipated.
it butterfly effect?
nah, it's not. You know what it is? It's
I think
just-
we have millions of listeners, and actually they heard Carlos say that, and then they said, "Yeah,
Hey, this isn't working out. You know, we got the chocolate and the waffles, and that's all we
Next
got.
is going to be Monaco, and then South Africa.
No.
All of South Africa.
no. What
And
happens?
then
is
Korea.
You have
Oh,
you
wait.
have a name Belgium. What is there's certain names that are out there in countries
They make fucking beer.
like Germany or like let's say I don't know Congo, or there's Hong Kong.
Sure, good name.
Good name, good strong name.
Hong Kong.
But Belgium
Belgium sounds like a fragrance,
Or
or
sounds
something.
like-
Belgium. It sounds like a beer.
sounds like,
It sounds like-
belching.
Yeah, or something like it. Just
Belgium.
yeah,
sounds.
because they make a
Yeah.
lot of beer.
It sounds like a shitty dessert. So I don't know. That to me,
I'll have the flam Belgian bag.
If your
Yeah.
country precedes the name of a waffle,
Right.
you might not be around for a
no.
while.
It's a
All right.
come on, Belgian waffle.
What about France?
Canadian
I told-
bacon, Canadian ham works.
Too. I told Carlos, I was like, you were right about this. This is great. I go, Carlos, they actually talking about breaking up Belgium, and he goes, I did major in history in college.
Yeah, I did. I know what
He
I'm
knows
talking
his
about.
shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cal State LA history
Right.
major. Yeah, I love it. Carlos.
I want Carlos to break up with some other countries
I
just by
want-
mentioning
Exactly.
mentioning them on the podcast.
South
and how bad they-
Africa is next.
Okay.
That's a lot. South Africa? I don't think so, buddy.
podcast listeners.
Johannesburg is a big city.
Yeah, but it's not a big portion.
All right.
If you're talking about South Africa, you want the whole
if you
South.
have stock in South Africa, pull it out now.
I
'cause
know.
Carlos is saying.
But that is kind of like a retarded name for a country, though, like South Africa.
Yeah.
It's like
there's no North
no
Africa.
Zaire.
right, like
You know?
we have North Carolina and South Carolina, and the Dakotas have like one to
Right.
balance the
Yeah,
other,
right.
but there's no North Africa.
That's true.
It's just kind of like it's not really a name of a country. It's just kind of like a naming where it's located. Like, yeah, it's South Africa.
They
Like
gave up.
if you could call like California like West America.
West America.
It's kind of stupid, isn't it?
Actually, I kind of want to name it West America now.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
This is the Second Column podcast coming
Yeah.
to you live from
From
Studio City,
in West
West America.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, man. Well, very
Hello,
good.
everyone.
Very good, guys. All right, let's get to the column. Here we go.
Oh, do we?
Yes, we have to. We
I have to say, I really
We
like
have
this.
to.
I like this week's column a
We
lot.
have to. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mike. I appreciate that.
It was
Yeah.
interesting.
Thank you. This week I wrote about a study that came out, and I added my take on it, where basically this researcher came out and said if you have an attractive voice, it is attractive to other people, to the opposite sex or to the same sex, whoever you date. It's attractive to them because it usually connotates that you have a symmetrical and therefore healthy body. So a person with a classically deep masculine voice. I started to drop my voice as I talked about it. A deep masculine voice, somebody who is, projects that strength, probably is actually strong. And so I wrote about that from my point of view. I talked about a guy I knew who used to do that all the time. He'd drop his voice whenever girls came around. I talked about caveman theory of why this is attractive to men and women. And I talked about the importance of the telephone in the relationship. So anyway, it's all in the column, and I assume if you're listening by this point, you've read it. So I'm going to kind of go around. The end of the article deals with talking, flirting, developing a relationship on the phone. And we have come to discover in the last few weeks that Mike is just not good on the phone. Like,
No.
you are like the anti-Lloyd Dobler. Like,
I've
you
been
couldn't be any
excellent.
worse on the phone.
I've been excellent at getting numbers, but then I'll call, and then the problem when you get the girl's number but she doesn't get yours is she doesn't recognize the number. So ultimately, you get the answering machine
It's the first time you
The
might
voicemail.
you might get the voicemail the
Right.
first time you call.
the first time.
So you better be ready with something to say.
right,
You better
and
be
that's
ready.
where I fuck up,
And that's where you
Well,
all
and
of your-
everything goes
all of your
goes wrong.
all of your improvisational skills go right out the
No,
window.
Out the window.
You gotta. The key is
Across
just
the
be
rooftops
brief. Be short. Just be like, hey, it's Mike. Give me a call back. Like, boom, and
Whoa,
in and
that
out.
sounded good.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't
Right,
get.
Carlos, you'd go
Yeah.
out with me,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it was.
It's
There
true.
was this girl, Carrie, that never called me back, and I didn't tell you guys one thing I said in the message.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
here
I
it comes.
called, and here, Joe, be Carrie on the answering machine.
Hello, you've reached Carrie. Please leave a message. Deep.
Hey, Carrie, it's Mike. I met you yesterday at Sam and Alana's barbecue.
Oh, too descriptive.
I hope you're having a great holiday weekend. Not sure if you had to work because I know you're a waitress. Sometimes waitresses have to work on the holidays.
Dude, what do
I
you-
shit you not. I said that, and after I said that,
Why?
I'm like, gee, I don't know why I'm saying
She
that.
probably knows that.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I just said that out loud, and I thought I was thinking it. So, and then I'm like, yeah.
Are you retarded?
So I just,
Look at that hat.
Yeah, I guess.
give me a
so.
call back, and oh yeah, and then I made the joke about my landline, but that didn't go too well. I think I
Oh
kind of
my
fucked
No,
the joke
no,
up.
I don't think that went
You know,
well.
I think
I'm actually calling you from a landline. Wasn't that what it was?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
basically, you described to her where you think she is and
Yeah.
where she is, and you told her what you were doing in that set.
You know-
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
then- and then I
That's so
called-
far from.
let's let John have a.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's just so far from the in and out thing that we're trying to work on.
Right.
Just get in and get out.
Right.
Yeah.
And like if she doesn't call back, fuck her. It's
Yeah.
that's.
Oh, she didn't.
Yeah.
Shit, don't worry.
I don't.
Right.
But
Yeah,
But it might- but
this
it-
is kudos to Jeff Sloniker. Yes, I should shut up sometimes.
yes.
But in
Yes.
John's case, if she doesn't call back, it's clearly her fault. But you gave yourself a chance not to be called back.
Absolutely.
So which is the
Yeah.
whole
I
point.
sabotaged and bamboozled my own self.
Yeah, well, yes, you
If
did.
that's possible.
You know, I think the machine, if the answering machine had a personality of its own, it
Yeah.
would be like, this guy's a loser.
Yeah, it would be like I'm
Don't.
gonna delete this. Try again.
I'm like,
No.
are you sure you want to leave this message?
She'll never call you
That's
back.
just
She's
around the
not
corner.
gonna call you back.
For a minute, I thought I wish there was a service where you could actually call this service and be like, you know what? I left a message on a machine and I don't want it there, so please take it off.
Well, they have something like, they have the thing where you call and sometimes they say, if you like this message,
You can delete it right after.
Right,
Did they give you that option where it says
No.
Did you just hang up? Because sometimes if you hit
I-
pound or whatever,
Yeah, you can
it'll
redo
say-
it.
You can
I
redo it.
panicked and I hung up.
Oh, you panicked
Listen.
all the way through.
Yeah,
Like-
I started sweating and
It's like,
panicking.
wait a
Always
minute,
hit
wait a
pound,
minute, wait a minute, don't hang up. Oh.
But John, see now this is the thing too. Like now, I actually went on a date, a couple weeks ago, and it went
Show off.
It went pretty well. I made some fundamental mistakes. Like one, when we got to the restaurant, I was actually nervous. I hadn't been out on a date in a long time. One of the fundamental mistakes I made when we sat down at dinner, at the table, it was a table where there were 4 seats, right, 2 sides. Well, she sat down in a chair, and then I sat down right next to her. And I don't know why the fuck I did it. But then, but here's the funny thing. Then I just called it out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go sit across the table.
All right,
I'm
that's good.
sorry.
And then
And then she laughed, and she's like, yeah, I don't know why you did that. And I'm like, I have no idea.
No, that's good. Though.
How about we order?
If it's better to make a mistake than fix it than not make any mistake at all.
I
It's true.
absolutely
And
fixed
it's
it.
memorable.
if you fix it.
Yeah.
Which you
On the
did.
car ride home, did you get in the seat behind her, or
Yeah.
that would have been really funny? Like,
No, but
Did
I
you-
just realized I should sit in the driver's seat.
Hey, did your cell phone go, what an idiot?
I think I was doing that myself.
Yeah.
But
What are you doing?
I want to tape one of Mike's dates, and you and I do like that commentary on
Yes,
those dating
yes.
shows.
Oh, and here's
it'd
the
be so
funny
much
thing.
fun.
I went to the restaurant, and right next to it is this bar called the Sapphire. Okay, and I'm like, yeah, let's just go grab a drink like right after dinner, at the Sapphire. And she's like, yeah, that sounds great, because the conversation was going well. So we started walking, and we kept walking. Didn't see the Sapphire. So then I'm like, oh, we must have passed it. So we walked back, and
Great date by phone.
Yeah.
right, and I'm like,
Wrong seat.
now it has to be here. I
Wrong bar.
thought I was losing my mind. But then sure enough, the Sapphire was gone. It
She's-
just vanished in the last couple weeks.
Do you think it saw you guys coming and moved?
No, it just went out of business or
Like
something.
I lost.
And,
Like they moved the island.
They
Did
moved
any
it. Yeah.
robotic or mechanical thing go, what are you doing? You're
No.
messing this up.
so, but anyway, long story short, you know how the sexy voice thing, we're saying?
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to her while we were walking, and my voice actually cracked.
Oh, that's attractive.
Exactly. And I sing a lot, and sometimes my voice. Don't worry about the mic. I'll fix that later.
None of us brought it up.
Yeah,
All right.
let's throw it out, buddy.
I sing sometimes, and sometimes my voice just kind of cracks a little bit.
Sure.
Like here and there,
Like
just from
now.
getting tired.
Yep.
Yes, and yeah, it cracked.
Did she
and
call it out?
She didn't acknowledge it, but I think she
I
kind of
would've.
laughed, and I laughed myself.
Right. You have to acknowledge that stuff. That's the fun.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
charming.
Yeah.
That makes you seem boyish.
Exactly.
That's good.
And so anyway, she left town. Not because she went on a date with me. She actually had business in New York.
No, I don't know. That's not what.
but
I
anyway,
heard.
I'm
so-
done with Los Angeles.
Now here, John. Here,
if I got one more bad date, I'm leaving
Oh.
town.
now,
If I
John.
may point out, he's pointing to the first.
Wow, always,
first point.
always.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
First
Sorry.
point.
John, John, you'd be proud of me because I left her a message the next day after the date, and I just called and I said, "Hey, hope you have a good trip, and had a fun time last night. Talk to you soon."
Boom.
That was it.
That's
better.
how you do it.
That's better.
My
And
brother.
I haven't heard back from her.
That's all right.
Why
Now
didn't you
now
call
it's
her
on
again?
her.
Dude,
Now
her
it's on-
loss,
Well,
man.
actually, I consulted. I had some people write in to say always do 2 calls in case one of them for some reason didn't get through.
Right.
Like there's always technical.
Yeah,
mishaps with
never know.
folks.
You
Playboy
never know.
magazine even said that, right?
Exactly. Playboy
Yeah.
said that, and
Yeah.
some other girl I talked to
Really?
said, "Yeah, do the same thing."
Those
Yeah.
articles are magnificent.
So if you do one call and it doesn't go through, and you're like, I think there was a vibe, I don't want to give up on it yet. Don't be afraid to do the second call. Just keep it super brief, like
I'm gonna-
that. You know.
I'm gonna leave a deep voice call next time if I'm hanging out with a girl. Like, hello, everybody. Hey, girl, how you doing? It's me, the loose. Yeah, I want to do that.
That's a great. You have a great radio voice, Carlos.
The Los. Well, the funny thing is, the Los has been has been talking to a girl, but it's all been over text, right?
Yeah.
Which
And we were talking about this with
John made
too.
a fantastic point about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, he hasn't made
It's so fantastic. I'm pointing at
Well,
him.
texting.
He hasn't
you
made
know,
it yet, but let's
it's-
make it right now.
texting is awesome because it, for a couple of reasons. One is if you are not so great on the phone like Mike Constantini. Excuse me. I'm gonna today the part of Sean Kern will be played by John Kyle
Yeah,
Grady.
the Condor.
Let's be honest, John.
No, I love Mike.
Terrible on the phone.
Buzzer.
No, I love Mike. But no, if you aren't, if you get flustered on the phone or whatever, like you can be cool and you can like plan out what you're gonna say when you're texting.
Right.
And another reason. Sometimes girls can talk forever. You don't have to listen to them. No offense to our female listeners out there.
Or gay listeners.
No, I didn't say gays can talk forever.
Carlos lost his mind there for a second.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, John, I agree. Like
I can't take that hat. From
Like you can measure your responses. You can make yourself seem clever and witty. You can do a lot of things. with
Yeah, you
text.
can show off, using like little abbreviations like
Right.
Yeah.
GR, the number 8.
You can
for
reveal.
great.
You can reveal your personality that way.
Smiley face. You can do all sorts of little smileys and whatnot.
Exactly.
I have to say,
Wink,
like,
smiley.
I was texting with a girl, and it was cool because, it left me time to think before I speak.
Yes.
But
Oh my
one of the
gosh.
things is, like, man, I was starting to get arthritis
Because you talk too much.
Yeah,
I
you
was-
do.
I was trying
You're
to-
right.
It's because you talk
like
too much.
literally,
He's all texting
You were
about
writing
his-
too much.
I had to stop, and I'm like, my hands are gonna fall off.
Yeah,
you know?
you-
Because you repeat the same like 3 sentences in a row, but in different versions. You
Right.
know?
No,
Like-
I have copies of. I actually have all.
See
the
right
texts
there,
I've
right there.
sent.
What you just did, like you said,
I
I
have-
have copies. You stopped, and then you,
I have
started again.
I have copies of all the texts that I sent this one girl, and I can post them on your site if
That
you
would
want.
be.
All right,
I
good.
would love that. I would
Yeah,
love
and,
that.
and
It's
you'll
just-
see. I was being very
It'd be
succinct.
great.
It's just a list of vegetables in his garden. It's like it's from asparagus to zucchini. It's like asparagus, beets, cauliflower, daikon, eggplant.
John, I think one of the things
Jeez.
John, I think one of the things I said is I think one of the things I texted this girl, I think it was, yes, I consider myself a cowboy because I grow my own
Oh
vegetables.
my! Why?
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but she
Cowboys
laughed.
don't grow vegetables.
cowboys
they
round
herd
up
cows.
cattle.
They,
Yeah.
I don't even think they eat vegetables.
Unless you
Wow.
had 30 head of cattle in your
You're
front
like
yard.
a woman. You're like a female.
You're like the
cowboy.
cowboy's wife at
yeah, yeah.
Nah, cowboys grew their own shit.
No, cowboys
they're
rustled
all
up
like
little doggies.
They're all
Even the
roping-
caveman theory disproves what you're doing.
Exactly.
What about food for the horses?
No, what you do with your garden is clearly like a gatherer role, not a
Yeah.
hunter role.
Farmers and cowboys aren't the same thing.
No, they're not the same.
Yeah, unless you're like
You're a farmer. I think you're a farmer.
You try lugging a 10-pound bag of shit, for your garden on your
What from the
mulch.
the 10
Ooh, 10
feet-
pounds.
the 10-foot walk from the driveway to the
Yeah,
garden.
Yeah,
That's
10
right.
pounds.
That makes Mike a
in the hot
cowboy.
deserts.
Makes Mike
sun.
a cowboy. All right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Los, now you as always, you have a singular focus, and I love this. Like Carlos,
Yes.
Carlos. When we started talking about this column, he goes, how would a robot, when robots are around,
Yeah,
someday,
like-
how are they going to drop their voice, right?
Yeah, because normally a robot would go, "Hi, how's it going? Where are you?" But then later,
Wait, what is that? How he would talk to his
yeah,
girlfriend?
like that would be the text. That's like if the text message had a
Right.
voice, that
Right.
would be
But
it.
let's pretend it's a robot leaving a message for a girl on the machine.
Yeah, like
Right.
if RoboHost was talking
Like-
to
Hello, pretty woman. How are you doing? I am sexy robot voice.
Okay, great. But now you get her on the phone. You
Yeah.
want to take it to a new level. Are
Right.
you stuck at that octave, or are there
I
programs?
no, it would be hello. How's it going, foxy girl?
wow, that's
Yeah, yeah, like because you have to they has to slow down. That's how it is.
So yeah, you have to slow
Yeah.
the time.
You don't want to overwhelm the system,
Right, because you can't go like, "Hey, how's it going?" You
Right.
don't want to do that.
Because
Yeah.
robot, if a robot was talking to a robot, you would think conceivably
Right.
they could speak so quickly that
Right.
you wouldn't even hear it. It would just be.
It would almost be beeps.
It would almost be beeps. Yeah.
Yeah, but then when it's like a
So it would instead of beep, it might be beep.
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 Yeah, that's when you know that robot means
He's in love.
business. Yeah,
Yeah, it's business time for the
because it's like
robot.
beep, bump, Boom.
So imagine if you had like a slave robot in your
Yeah,
house and you
yeah.
heard him calling and he started going beep. You'd be like,
I
I
would-
got to get out of the
yeah.
way, because my slave robot's
Right.
in heat.
A slave robot? Is that opposed to the robots that you pay?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of
Cut 'em a
business
check
model.
every
I
week.
I don't know
kidnapped
what kind
the
of business
robot.
model we're on. Yeah, we'll probably lease robots from General Motors or something in the
Oh,
future. So
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
I'm sure that's what it would be.
wait.
So whatever it is.
So-
But you would be like, normally your robot would be all happy, like beep 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 beep.
But
But
then
then,
you go,
he meets a girl at Robot Trader Joe's.
I want to coordinate your box middle.
What the box? What
Middle.
the box middle?
Yeah.
Is that the crotch area?
Because in robot terms, I think they have to say the it's almost like Spanish.
Describe the part?
They have to describe, like they have to say what it is and then describe it. You know, it's kind of like that.
Well, it's like South Africa. They're describing where it's located
Right.
instead
Right.
of just giving
But
it
a
its,
robot-
its
Yeah,
own
right.
name.
Like a robot would love the name South Africa. He'd be
Right.
like
I
intelligently.
I
named-
think that it's great.
intelligently
South
named.
South Africa is awesome.
Okay, and I am a resident of West America.
You know what's
Oh,
awesome?
and-
If you send a text to somebody's landline, like it'll like do a robot voice and
Will
like
it?
deliver the text.
yeah, yeah.
never tried
I've
The
done that
person's
by accident.
phone will ring.
Yeah.
And I've done it by accident. And we like started doing it. Like Iris and I, when I went out with Iris, we started sending these like dirty messages to each other. You know?
And what did it sound like?
It was like, I would like to give you a Hummer. You know, like she sent that to me.
That's great.
And see, the thing is that robot or that machine that's responding is not into it because it's not. It's the emotions, the sexual emotions, are
Yeah.
not coming out of it.
Of course.
So what would happen right now if we went and got your phone and we texted it? Would it do that?
Yeah.
It would.
Huh.
All right, I'm gonna go grab Mike's phone because I want to hear what that's gonna sound like.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll give you guys another topic to talk
Oh,
about while
no.
I go.
What
and,
are you
look
doing?
about it. No, I'm gonna go get the phone.
Don't leave us.
I want to try this.
Don't leave
Mike's
I
us.
wanna
looking
try
at
this.
me.
Well, no,
No, actually, let's.
If you use your cell phone and you call my landline
Right.
and leave a message, it'll
Yes.
call you back and say like, "This is a
It
Okay.
successfully delivered your landline text.
Yes.
Like,
so
they'll do it.
what will happen when it gets to your? It'll just go to the answering machine.
it's gonna go back to you."
Okay. Oh, so that
No,
doesn't.
no. It'll go.
It should go to your phone.
Answer the phone, and you'll be like, "Hello," and it'll be like, "Hi, it's Joe," or whatever the hell you
Right,
write.
right. Whatever I wrote.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
go get my phone
Right.
then.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go try that. Here's the thing. All right, while I disappear for a minute, John, you knew somebody in the dirty sex talk industry.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'd like you to describe the story because I think it's really
The dirty
great.
sex talk industry.
Well, as
Yo, you
opposed
mean
to
the-
the clean sex talk.
The
Yeah.
900 numbers of
There
yesteryear.
you go. Yeah.
The 900 numbers.
I think they still exist because sorry,
They probably do.
they probably
No,
do, but
because-
they're not widely advertised anymore.
Well, no. If you
probably the LA Weekly, I think they are.
if you
Not like I would know, but I know I
probably
I've seen
in
them.
like
I've seen them
the
there.
back of like porn magazines.
Sure.
Right.
Not that I would know, but
Oh.
like every page, like toward the back, is like
Right.
900 wet slut, blah 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 blah. No, okay. So my friend, her name starts with R. I know you like to guess, Mike, so I'm just gonna leave that out there.
All right.
But you'll never guess. Her name starts anyway.
It's not Roscoe Mather, is it?
No.
Way to out the other person. Wait, if he didn't get it right.
Well, I don't know.
Wait, who
know,
did you
it's
guess?
the comedy world is a small world.
Yeah.
Roscoe Mather. I thought
Roscoe?
maybe
I don't know.
Don't let Mike guess. Don't let Mike guess. He
Bert
won't
just
do
spoke
it.
up there. Anyway, so she was a phone sex operator, and she didn't like have to report to a call center or anything. Like she just did it from her house, and people called the 900 number, and then like they got like the call forwarded to her house. So she just like sat there, and
Right.
Oh, wow.
her job was to
Sit
talk
around,
hot
eat
and,
popcorn, eat ice cream, and just talk to guys.
well, yeah, I mean,
Ice cream.
well, lots of ice cream. I mean, she
See
wasn't
with the
paid for it.
voice.
No,
right.
she is at least like 250 pounds. I love her,
Whoa.
but she does have a weight problem, and she has a hot voice,
Is
so
she single?
she is.
Okay.
I can set you up.
Well, I don't know about that.
All right. Well,
Let's-
you're
let's
asking.
let's not be vain now.
No,
All right.
I don't know.
Well, anyway,
And I
after
didn't
you
mean
talk
to
to her,
imply. I didn't even mean to imply by eating popcorn and ice cream that it made her overweight. I just meant that
Oh, yeah,
hanging
right,
out at her
right.
house.
it's an easy job because like all you got to do is just sit around your house and like
Well,
Right.
you're still
you
implying
can watch
it.
you can watch TV while you're doing it. You
You're
know?
still implying it.
I am not implying it.
No,
I didn't
I-
want it to sound like
No,
that.
it was perfectly innocent.
Yeah.
I took the opportunity to mention that she was overweight. But anyway, no, but her job, is to like string them out. Like when you're a phone sex operator, you can't have the guy like jerking off and then be done in like 2 minutes,
Right.
Because you make less money.
You
that
make
way.
less money,
So
sure.
you
Right.
like he's all like, I want to fuck you in the ass, and the girl's
Whoa.
like, well, I'm wearing a dress. Yeah, like, we're walking down a beach. Like her job is to reverse it, like back to like we get a nice hotel room, and there's rose petals on the floor and shit like that.
That has
'Cause
to be so.
she'd rather keep on the phone for a half hour than have him be
Jeez.
done.
That has to be so frustrating for a guy because not only is he not with a woman,
Right.
but then he has to wait and use his imagination. And
Well, and the chick that he's paying to fucking get him off is like stalling him too.
Oh.
So he can't even get stalled in real life by like a real girl.
That's
He's
gotta-
getting stalled by a girl on the phone. So
that's the bitter end.
Jeez.
She showed me her picture that appears in her ad, and it's like this like 20-year-old like hot blonde like with her legs spread and everything.
Oh,
Like,
no. Are you serious?
naked.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
What is
so
she,
she's
like-
this is me. This is me. We're a team. Like she ropes him in, and I finish him off.
And so does she know the person that's on the ad? Like that
No,
people think it's
just some
random girl.
Just some random girl,
Yep.
probably in Missouri that they
Wow.
grabbed and said, "Hey, let's take some pictures of you. We'll give you $50."
Right.
And oh, by the way, sign these 9 pages of releases, and
Right.
and
Jeez.
5 years later, she's still in the back of a magazine.
Well, John, I was working on a movie for a while. It was called I was
Show
doing,
off.
I was doing. Well, actually,
I'm back, by the way. Hello, everybody.
I-
Hey, Joe.
Oh,
Hi.
why?
I just
I am
sent it.
actually,
I just sent it, so I don't know if it'll
Why?
come.
all right,
soon,
we'll
so.
see what happens. I'm actually in this movie too. It's an animated movie that I did sound and music for,
Nice.
and I actually played the part of a bartender. So that's my one acting role
Hey.
in this movie, and it's out in Lionsgate Films now. You can check it out. It's called Jake's Booty Call.
Plug it.
Yeah, it's my cameo. But when we did the voiceovers, it's an animated thing, remember? So everybody did voiceovers. Now somehow these guys, like there were strippers in the movie, right? So somehow the guys that were doing it, and I'm not gonna lie, it was Eric Eisner who was running it, and a couple other people. They got it in their heads that the women that were doing the voiceovers had to be hot, so they hired actual strippers to do the voiceovers. And I thought, cool, but it wasn't cool because after the first 2, like they were just awful.
Oh,
Should
we're
I
getting
answer,
a call?
John?
We're getting
Should I
a call?
answer?
Make sure you can.
Should I answer it?
Yeah, and hold it up to the mic.
Hold up to the mic.
Say hello.
Hello. Say hello,
I think you have to say hello to activate it.
Say hello, Mike.
Mike. Say hello to it.
Say hello.
Listen
Hello.
To it. Take your earphone off and listen to it. Riveting.
Yeah.
This is good.
To hear this message, press.
Okay, so when you do that, put it up to the mic so we can hear it.
Touch Carlos in the PP.
There it is. Mike
What is
likes, Mike likes to touch Carlos in the pee.
What? What do you
Yeah.
put that
Okay,
on?
let's see if you can hear it again.
Yep.
No, it's not. It's not. You got to do it again.
See if that volume on the phone is adjustable.
Yeah. Sorry. This
I've never tried.
This isn't as riveting.
Anyways,
as you
Mike
thought.
likes to touch Carlos's
Carlos-
PB was
Oh,
the
in the
gosh.
pee-pee.
the
So-
text of that
That's
message.
so cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh wait,
That's
I
awesome.
just had it.
You are horrible on the
I
phone.
know.
You are
he is.
the worst on the phone.
Well, we've learned-
This is unbelievable.
Look at his hat too.
His hat flew off.
I couldn't do it.
Oh.
You are physically.
You have
He's
no
horrible.
skills on the phone.
No.
30, whatever years old
it's
you
a
are.
kryptonite.
I'm
for him.
31, and I like to talk to people in person.
By the way, that cost me 25 cents to do.
Jeez.
Did it really?
Yeah, it was worth it.
Uh,
It was worth it.
Did you guys hear it?
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
hear it.
I can.
all I heard
I'm
was,
going to amplify it.
all
I'll
I heard was
amplify it so you
likes
guys
to
can hear
touch
it better.
Carlos in the pee-pee is what you could hear.
That's
Just
disgusting.
missed the very
I don't want edit that out.
Oh, come on now. I thought.
Well,
that
anyway,
was
like I was
gold.
saying, these guys actually hired strippers, right? And so they were so bad at the dialogue. They would do lines like, "Hey, baby, I want to get you off,"
Oh.
but they couldn't do it.
Well-
and I'm like, these are strippers.
Wow.
What's-
And he would be like, "Hey, baby, want to get you off."
Did forget the
Like-
pronoun.
Yeah, like and like finally after
Like
hours and
Frankenstein.
hours and like wasted money, I finally said, guys, like this is an animated thing. It doesn't matter like how hot the chick is. You just get a sexy voice.
Well, it kind of reminds me of that, like when you were saying of Insanity, the where you were saying the
Dating
dating
Insanity,
insanity,
yeah.
and it's like the whole thing about the hot people are very,
Boring and
ordinary,
unskilled, yeah.
and the other like people, other half,
Right.
are very.
That makes sense
more-
because your fat phone operator
Yeah.
has more of a vivid imagination.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and,
that's
that,
true.
and this girl, like those stripper girls, of course, they have no personality.
It's very true. And your hottest voice chick is going to be like a bigger girl because there's all that weight on her chest and it kind of
Yeah.
pushes down.
I
on,
know.
kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
gives her like that sorority girl
Hey,
voice.
baby,
You know,
yeah.
it's which is kind of hot.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, yeah, Mike, see if we can amplify that. That'd be really cool.
I
We
will.
want to try to. We want to try to get that. So
I'll bring it out.
yeah, no,
Woman's
it's-
voice too.
That's really good.
You guys realize I'm going to text you guys every time you're doing the podcast. from
please
now on.
do. We'll let you
Actually,
know.
that would be awesome, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you next time we're going to be recording, and then you call us,
It can be a segment. Like,
and I'll answer the phone.
John-
or no, I'll have
yeah.
Joe answer the phone.
John Kyle Grady calls
texting
it.
John
Yeah.
Kyle.
So
John Kyle. is
I think, and
texting.
I think before what Mike was talking about was again the need for Kevin Ford and I to open up the Van
Yeah.
Nuys Improv School.
Right.
You know,
Which
one-
John, you could definitely be a part of that.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to do before we do the aftermath tonight, though, really quick, is like when I get a sinus infection or something, or I get a cold, my voice gets really deep, and I like to sing soul songs because it's the only time I can actually, get to sing soul. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I'll do one right now for you.
Please do. Please.
Please.
Ooh, baby, I'm gonna get you crazy.
That's
I'm gonna
First,
get you crazy.
Wait, hold on.
What
Well, I'm
artist-
not sick right now, though. But
right,
when I'm
right.
sick,
But first of
it
all,
sounds
that's
really good.
That sounds
That's a-
racist.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you crazy. What? That,
I'm
first
gonna
of
get
all-
you crazy. No,
first of all,
wait,
first of all, you
Racist.
made that song up.
Racist.
You made that song up.
Yeah, you made
I
that.
kind of manipulate the lyrics a little bit.
But when you
Yeah.
say soul songs, are you making the soul songs up, or you actually know soul songs?
that was actually a soul song, but I don't remember all the words, so I just kind of made it up.
That's what I mean, racist.
That's not racist. What are you talking? If I had a sinus infection right now,
If it was a heavy metal
if
song,
I-
you would know it, man.
no, if I had a sinus,
didn't say
if I had
that-
a sinus infection right now, you guys would be weeping.
Yeah, because it would probably smell weird and
No.
probably
it
annoying.
would release the full breadth of your
Yeah.
garlic.
But-
We'd call Lou
I
Turchi.
I think we all
Poor
have
guy.
a cool low voice, like whether you drink or something. Like John was saying earlier.
All right, so Mike, why don't you start and you start with yours and just do like something you would just like one line you would say to a girl like
Right.
like sexy,
Okay, like
phone
sexy,
message.
right?
All right.
Sexy.
This
So
is like
sexy
a
deep.
sexy off.
Everybody quiet like a sexy.
Okay, like deep voice, right?
Deep voice. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, baby, how about I pull a tomato off my tree and make you a tomato pizza for dinner tonight?
That sounded
What do you
good.
think?
It
What do you
sounded
think?
good, but very creepy.
Yeah,
What do you think?
there-
Okay, well,
there's,
that's
there's a
good.
creepy factor to
Yeah.
it.
Okay, all right, Joe, why don't you try?
All right, so I would be like keep it real simple. Say like a
Hey, baby, come over tonight. And we're gonna have the time of our lives. Oh yeah.
Wow,
yeah,
that was
see?
pretty good.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That
That's
was pretty
good.
That all right.
That
all
was
right.
good. All right,
All right.
what about
Carlos?
Carlos?
See if you can go lower.
Hey, baby. I want you to know that I love you, and I want to put 3 fingers in you. Yeah.
Nothing says love like 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Carlos, that was deep, man. I almost didn't recognize you.
How many
Yeah.
times have you left that message?
Yeah, a couple times.
Couple times.
But hey, they call back. They call back, man.
If a girl who calls back to that message,
Yeah.
she knows she's getting 3 fingers.
Exactly.
She knows 3 fingers. She knows where they're
Pretty
going.
well,
She knows
yeah.
where they're going.
All right,
Very good.
John, we gotta hear your low, deep voice.
I don't know. All right. It's gonna start with "Hey baby." By the way, it's what I'm picking up.
Hey, baby, I'm gonna need you to drive tonight because I can't take my eyes off you.
Oh,
Wow,
very,
like the
very,
last
very. That was very,
Very impressive.
Very impressive.
I like
was
the
very
line though
impressive.
too. The
That was-
line is
that was
great.
a great line.
Yeah,
You can use
very smooth. Very smooth.
Can I borrow that?
Please.
Can I borrow that for a night?
Yeah, just put a
Have
little
you ever-
asterisk at the end.
I like it.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? Got away with that?
Like use that,
That
specific
line.
line.
Yeah.
No, I just made that up.
It's a
Okay,
good
wow,
line. It's a good
pretty
line if you
good.
want to drink.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was going that
I'm
way.
gonna drink and look at you all night. I'm gonna need you to drive.
And
Man.
then belch
Hey,
at the
here,
end.
you want to hear? You want to hear a great line?
Uh-oh.
All right,
No, no.
baby, you must be tired.
No, no.
Baby.
Okay. Wait,
Baby.
right there. See, right there.
Hold on,
You
I'm gonna-
start
I'm gonna-
a scene,
I'm
and then
gonna-
you go back and you start talking
All right,
again.
hold on.
right,
I
go,
don't want
go.
anybody talk.
Okay, go.
So I'm gonna do this in the low voice.
Hey, baby, You must be tired because you've been running through my dreams all night.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
There's
Why?
panties are
Yeah,
flying off
flying
all
off,
across
just
America.
deteriorating everywhere.
They're just disintegrating.
They're being used as weapons to get him off stage.
They're being plugged into ears all over the place. Girls are plugging their panties into their ears right now.
Very nice.
Just to escape it. All right, Mike, we're at the aftermath.
Whoa!
There we
Holy shit! Carlos's mind just blew. Everybody, pick it up.
I like when you guys do that.
Yeah.
They go, whoa, whoa, no!
Whoa.
It's usually by accident. Do it for
Yeah.
John. Do it for
Oh,
John. Give him one. Give him one. No.
Oh yeah, okay.
Give him one of those just for John.
All right. It has to start off with a gunshot, though. You got to set up a scenario.
Because he pleads for his life after they shoot him.
It's so dramatic.
That's the logic of our sound
best.
effects. The
You guys
logic
ready?
of
All
our
right,
sound
here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Why did he say?
Makes no sense.
Why did he say? Oh no, it already happened.
I know.
He's like, don't shoot me again. The first one was terrible.
Wow. It's exactly like one of our improv scenes.
I know.
Here's one of my favorite sound effects, which we never play. But I always think it'd be great if we had an argument going.
I think-
Very quality.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Can you put that in deep voice?
You know what? John's a fan because he had a favorite sound effect. Like that's
That's
fan.
good, man.
John, by the way, who has listened to all but one. I think
That's
of our
right, all
podcasts.
but
That's
one.
awesome, John.
Super
That's so cool.
Every day I walk my dog Bert, and I put my iPod on one of your podcasts, and it usually ends up being a nice little walk for him.
That's great.
About 45,
yeah, it's
50
about
minutes.
45
That's awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
that's great.
He appreciates the second column as well because he gets a longer walk.
Sure he does. Yeah.
Don't do a short column.
Bert had some stuff to
no.
say earlier, so
Yeah.
Yeah, Bert contributed. All right, we're gonna start. We always do with Mike. We're gonna end you with you, John. So you'll have
All right.
time to come up with what you're gonna say. Mike, bring us home. What do you think? What do you got?
Well, my aftermath kind of goes to I think caveman theory, where the idea, and you wrote about this, that at that particular period in time, women were attracted to a certain element of cavemen. Well, I often find myself thinking like, perhaps I'm like displaced in time a little bit. Like, what would girls like? When would the era where girls would actually find me attractive?
What your
be?
era?
What
era of
your era? And I decided, Pilgrim times.
Pilgrim times.
Pilgrim times.
There's
Mayflower.
no phones.
He has the hat on.
Well, he is
there's
a
no
farmer.
phones.
Yeah, there's
He's a
no
farmer.
phone.
John beat me to it. There's no phone, so
It's
I
true.
can't fuck up.
And you're a farmer.
I'm a farmer,
Yep.
and there's a lot of wild turkeys running around, and maybe one day I'd feel kind of bad about killing one, and I wouldn't do it, and like the girl would be like, "Oh, that's so cute and sensitive,"
But now we're gonna starve.
And you have quite a tense situation with the Native Americans. Also, I could see as well. You're very, very, very
but you
tense.
could diffuse it through your awesome communication.
Yes. With your one word, with your many rhymes and, and riddles.
White man keeps repeating same strange lines over and over.
We call you good old repeater.
We call him Repeater Jones.
Repeater.
Repeater Jones. Take our land. We're tired of listening to you.
Oh no! I will send them smoke signals next time.
Right. Him keeps sending same smoke
Smoke
signals.
signals.
over and
Why
over.
does he do
Very
that?
confusing smoke signals.
God, it's the same story over and over.
I think I would have done pretty well. I think I would have done well.
He'd be like sending smoke signals to like the squaw women,
Right.
and then they
Right.
they wouldn't be returning his smoke
Yeah.
signals.
Smoke signals say probably out harvesting crops because you harvest crops on a holiday.
I will bring rain.
That was just-
Well, you are a female
Right.
farmer, so I know you work on holiday.
Why have one of the only land-based landline smoke
Oh,
signals left?
that night.
Oh, I fear I'm talking too much through my smoke signal.
It never ends.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Mike, very good. You're a pilgrim, and I don't think any of us would
Yeah.
disagree that you are misplaced in this era.
Everything I do is wrong.
Well said.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we don't have to say it anymore.
I don't think I have to
Good
do
thing
it.
Sean's job is done.
Yeah.
Carlos, what do you got?
It's speaking of Mike and his tones. I was gonna respond to the article, but there's always I wanted to say this actually at the beginning since I read this article that every time Mike yells at my name, like in a very like stern tone, like kind of what Lou Tucci might call you or something, you would say Carlos, and
Oh.
it sounds like a barking
He goes-
dog, like a
Let me
dog
try.
barking.
Let me try. He goes, Carlos,
Yeah.
Carlos.
And it
Yeah.
just sounds like a bark, and it annoys me because it just sounds like
It doesn't sound like, hey, friend, come over and watch this movie with me. It sounds like you're a dog and you're
Yeah,
being
it feels like like sometimes you're walking down the sidewalk and like a dog from a junkyard comes
Right.
up to the fence
Right. And you're like,
scares you.
killer, get away, killer.
Like, whoa!
You always get up at the most important parts of movies, and I have to be like, Carlos, come here. You got to see this.
Well, I can't stand that hat of yours.
It's hard to watch the movie with the hat.
Yeah.
Man. It
It's
draws a lot of
It's
focus.
bad luck, I think, too.
It draws
What,
a lot
to wear
of
a hat
focus.
in the house?
Wear a
Yeah,
hat
I think
inside.
it
Oh,
is.
that's
It's
an
bad
umbrella.
manners.
It's bad manners to wear a hat inside.
I want Bert to do a bark and say my name
Yeah,
and see.
it would probably
the
sound
bark.
kinder out of
Yeah,
Bert's
yeah. Yes.
voice.
Say yell out my name, Mike.
Come on. Huh?
Yell out my name.
Carlos.
There you go. Bart. What was that again?
Carlos. Well, I always like,
I
too,
want
like,
to. Can you put a
sometimes-
dog sound effect and your take and see?
I always call out Joe. Like, I call out your name in a certain way. I don't know. Like,
But you don't bark it with
How do you
Yeah,
do it?
you bark it.
intensity.
When I call it, like, well, a couple
No.
times, like, Joe and I would be playing football,
Right.
and he would get up, and then
I could actually do this.
he would go to the bathroom.
Right.
And then I would actually, like, intercept. And he plays offense, I play defense.
On a video
this
game, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
On the video game. And he would go to the bathroom while I was playing defense, and I would intercept the ball and
Want me
score
to
a
do it?
touchdown.
I could
yeah.
do it. I could. Joe! Joe! Joe!
The bark.
Well, yeah, it was exciting though. You know, it's like, hey, we're doing
Right, but
pretty well.
Carlos gets Carlos.
Yeah, like do my name. Do my name again, Mike.
Carlos.
It's a bark. It's a bark. You're Scooby
not a
Doo.
bark.
I'm Shaggy, and you're Scooby Doo. We can't do that.
Carlos, I'm glad you chose this forum to air your grievance.
It's so
I'm
horrible.
glad
Carlos,
that-
there's
we,
only-
we could have talked about this later. I'm glad we
So
but,
annoying. It's like when you hear a barking dog in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
That's what when Mike says my name.
There's only one Scooby Doo.
Don't point that
Don't
pet
point
at
at
me.
him. Don't point at him. All right, very good, Carlos.
Bad manners.
All right, John Kyle Grady, who's now joined by Bert. Bert's on his lap right
Bert.
now.
Yeah.
Bert's
Bark.
being a good dog.
Say hi, boy.
Bert.
I just want to say I really appreciate the symmetry because Mike is obsessed with the days of yore, and he was born late.
Right.
He should have been a caveman or a pilgrim
Right.
or apparently a
Displaced.
pilgrim.
He should have been the first guy.
Displaced.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
he should have been Adam.
He should have been the first man.
It should have been Mike and Eve.
Right, he would have been right in his time. Mike and Eve. Exactly.
Jeez.
But
But
then,
if I was Mike and Eve, I wouldn't have let Eve fuck up. In the way that religion says that she did.
No, I'm sure you would
She
have.
would have been a fat girl with a hot
First of all,
voice.
I would have grown my own apples. Wouldn't have to grab an apple off the tree.
Okay,
How
so
would
no-
you grow an apple?
No tree of knowledge.
No,
All right,
no.
Mike would have figured it out.
All
He's,
right.
So-
he's a smart guy. He's a smart
well,
guy.
you have Mike with but Carlos, I think Carlos is obsessed with like the future.
Carlos
There's
is
like
the
a
future.
symmetry there because Carlos was always talking about robots.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
between the two of them, they equal 2008.
Mike is yesterday. Carlos is tomorrow.
Yeah,
And here's me right in the middle.
Today.
Today.
We call him Today Donatelli.
and
today.
to me, the tomorrow is brighter.
Yeah,
I
see,
don't know.
tomorrow is brighter. That's
And
a good point.
the days of yore are dark.
dark.
Very dark ages.
Yeah, in Mike's days, and like people lived to be 31 years
Yeah.
old, and they died because they had impacted.
And in
wisdom
my
teeth.
Well,
in my future,
yeah.
we're gonna be 150, buddy.
But
Well,
it was
there is
sure
a-
as hell easier to date.
well, 'cause you dated when
well,
you
you
got
could've-
married at 14.
And that's
years
all I
old.
will say.
It could have been easy to rape too. I mean, really,
Oh
does
my
that make
God.
a point? I don't know.
I heard the story today, not to like completely right in the middle of the aftermath
It's all
starting
right.
to think.
Do your
No,
thing.
go ahead.
I was listening to the radio on Heidi, Frosty, and Frank. There was a girl in Yemen
jeez.
who got a divorce. She was 10 years old.
What?
She
Yeah,
was
I
in
heard
Yemen?
about that. Yeah, I
She
heard
got
that.
married
That's
in
impossible.
like an arranged marriage in anything's possible.
Like
in
the day
Yemen.
they're born. I think they're married, right, or something.
Well,
like that.
I don't. She got married at age 10 in like February and was married for 5 or 6 months.
That's
and
incredible.
Got a divorce. And
At age 10.
Yeah.
I would like to be the lawyer on that.
I feel like the fire is gone. When you were 9, it was red hot. But now
Well,
that you're 10, it's over.
She's all right.
she the guy told the parents that he would wait 10 years before he deflowered her.
Wow.
But
Wow.
that's not what happened.
He didn't
Yeah.
wait.
But what does the
Oh,
lure
it's
do?
disgusting.
Like, what does the lure do? Like, do you want custody of your dollhouse? Your, what?
Oh, I'll tell you.
How do you get custody of?
They had to pay the family that of the daughter had to pay the guy $200 in Yemen money.
$200
No
bucks.
shit.
That's like $2 trillion.
That's what a 10-year-old's
The
going
guy
for?
got paid, for his troubles.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
So it's crazy.
God, you hear something that just
That's your times, Mike.
I mean,
No,
that's
that's not.
your is now. You just got to go to
that
Yemen.
would be a pilgrim, you know. Like,
Yemen,
pilgrims
Yemen,
are marrying
Yemen is the
children.
land of yore.
Yemen is the New York.
They were marrying. You know, they were marrying younger because they didn't live as long. But you know,
Pocahontas was like 10 or 12 probably or
Pretty
something.
young,
Yeah,
pretty young.
Good job,
Well, that's
Mike.
incredible. John, did you have anything else? Or
No, that's it. I just appreciate the symmetry.
Yeah,
I'm glad to have been here. My
you've never
dog's
had it
glad.
pointed out like that.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I think John is right. And John, so we have listeners all over the world, all over the country. Why don't you let them know what you're up to? And you only told us a little bit, so we haven't heard this whole thing yet.
Yeah, I am starting my own game show,
Which is great because John's a great personality and a good host.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like
what's
to
it
think so. Well, the show's called Slap Cash, and
Whoa.
I like
it's
it already.
Slap Cash, the show where you can slap the host or take his cash.
That's
So
awesome.
basically, what it is that let me give you the pitch. Okay, here's the way it works: get a couple contestants out here, ask a bunch of questions. If they get a question right, they can take like $2 of my. We're gonna start small. $2 of my money, or they can slap me in the face as hard as they want.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're not gonna make it for 10 minutes.
How are you going to
probably.
do?
Yeah.
how are you going to do
We're
it?
just 5-minute episodes.
What if it's a big
for
what
the
if it's
for
a
the
big
web?
All right, so it's
burly
5
guy?
minute
What if it's a-
episodes. So he's
What
doing
if it's
5
like
minute
a
episodes.
welder or something like a big?
I am also, in addition to being the host, I'm going to be the contestant coordinator. So I won't be like, hey you, get down off that I-beam. I want you to come down and be on my show.
It's the only game show that features 9-year-old girls. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
I'll take your
I'll
money.
just stop by Smarter Than a Fifth Grader set.
I don't think
No,
it's
that was good.
You guys can be on my show if you want.
I
As
wouldn't wanna
contestants.
smack
Yeah, but I
you.
wouldn't. I couldn't slap you.
Well, I
I'd
won't
have to
take
take.
your
I'd have
money.
to take the money.
Now, is part of it that you will do things like insulting, or you'll give people reason to smack?
Well, I'm gonna be a little
Is there something
condescending
like
tell
to the
secrets?
contestants.
Tell
yeah, like a
secrets.
Gordon Ramsay type
a
attitude
little,
or something.
a little bit more arrogant than
Yeah.
maybe you're used to seeing me. But that's gonna be. It's gonna be like, welcome to Slapcash. I'm John Kyle Grady, and I'm sleeping with your sister. The way the game works is real simple. Just kind of arrogant. And if you choose the slap, so you can take $2, and I'm gonna have a bunch of $2 bills, by the way, because I think I love $2 bills.
Right.
But so you can take the 2, or if you slap me in the face, I'll put 5 into the jackpot. Now at the end of the show, whoever has more points accumulated will like go for the jackpot question.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a lightning round. Okay, and if you like complete the lightning round, then you'll get the pot, which at the end of 5 minutes will be like $60-$70.
I think it's fucking brilliant.
And it's I'm just doing it to put it on the web. I'm gonna
Yeah, absolutely. And you got the time right too. 5 minutes is like perfect for a web series.
Yeah, after that it gets pretty old. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But the lightning round is going to be like just me and the winning contestant. It's going to be like
Slap.
I'm going to ask really easy questions, and if you get it right, you can slap me. But if you get it wrong, I slap you. So I actually get it.
awesome.
So and if you do 10, if you get 10 right in 60 seconds, you win the jackpot. But there'll be really easy questions like how many feet in a yard? 2, 3. Psh. Okay.
You and Carlos do it.
No,
right now.
no,
Carlos, do it. You guys, no, come on. No, it's,
Carlos and John are sitting right next to each other. It's
No,
perfect.
it's okay.
get in there.
I got the gist. of
I
it.
don't know how it's gonna work. I have no idea how this is gonna work. unless
Well,
I see
I
it.
do, and I'll
Like,
tell you later. I'll tell you later.
No, I'm just lost.
Nah,
I am
I'll
all
tell
over
you
the
later.
place.
I'll draw a picture for you.
I'm remarkably okay with being slapped in the face.
Yeah, you are.
Like my old roommate used to do that. Like we'd be like drinking, and he'd just like walk up behind me and go, "Psh," and like he'd slap me in the face really hard. And at the first I was pissed, but
Was
then
that Rick James?
Is it David Sands? Who was it?
no, it was this guy Gabe.
Okay.
And but and then we actually started playing this game called Slappy Darts, and all it was it was just a dart game in a bar. You know how they have those like rubber darts?
Right,
You
right.
gotta put the quarters in and everything. We just ignored the game, and the whole game was you just throw darts until you get a bullseye, and if you get a bullseye, you get to slap the other guy in the face. That was the whole game. It's fun.
That is actually pretty fun. You're a better man than I, because if I even get like slapped in an improv scene or something, I get pissed. Like I get my dander up. So you have a lot of restraint.
Yeah, I want to do it. We're gonna have like a 3-camera shoot, and 4 actually, because I want to have a slap cam,
Audience?
like a roaming
Audience? No
audience. Yeah,
Okay.
I was talking to Lloyd at the West Side about it.
Yeah.
But it might be too pricey. I was actually disappointed in the prices that they were asking.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey,
you
you
can
know,
get a space somewhere.
in the future, Sally to say that you will be replaced by a robot.
Robo-host.
Oh, right, because you can't. As Robo-host would feel no pain if you
No.
smacked him.
But then there's no
Like-
show there.
No, they would.
Seeing a robot get slapped.
What's the stakes if it's a Robo-host though?
I will electrocute them.
So what could happen to you? You know what I mean? Like it has to go two ways.
I will lose an important fact in my memory,
in your mind hole.
in my mind hole.
All
That
right,
is a loss
John, this is the future
for humanity.
This is the future.
Robo-host, you're so good at like just coming into the podcast like without us even knowing. You're so sneaky.
I'm always
He's like a
anything
ninja.
anything mechanical. And I heard you leave that voice message. What were you thinking?
That was Joe.
No, with that girl.
Robo-host, you're malfunctioning again. That was Joe.
That girl
You
you
heard
left.
to carry. the one to
Oh
carry.
yeah. Well,
Oh, what a mind this guy has.
Robo-host is like Lawnmower Man. Like
Yes.
He lives everywhere.
I live everywhere.
He's everywhere all at once.
Hey,
Well, so-
Mike, build a hole, go in it.
So I just want to plug the site, slapcash.com.
Slapdash.com.
All right. So far, it's not a site, but I have the
But
domain.
it will be.
That's great.
So check
I-
that
when
out.
I
you
own
get it
the-
up too,
I
we'll
own the
announce
domain.
it. So
Yeah.
Cool. All right, yeah, and
So-
I know you'll email us, and I'll put it on the website.
Yeah.
when you do. Awesome, John. Great.
Thank
Great
you.
having you. Thanks for coming on.
I loved
Thanks,
it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
My pleasure.
We'll have you back again. It certainly was a pleasure.
perhaps since Robo-host is here, we should let Robo-host like actually lead us out of the show tonight.
All right, Robo.
What do you think?
Wait, what is his
Whoa.
sign off to? Doesn't he have a special
Yeah, he
word?
does. He
Yes,
does.
and that's how we should end the show.
Do you remember Robo Host?
Yeah, I do.
Special word.
Way to put the robo-hose on the
Yeah, I
the
know.
pressure
Robo Host.
cooker.
Yeah, Mike's just throwing Robo Host
Carlos,
right in
please.
front of the bus.
Carlos,
Right in front
Carlos,
of the bus.
don't interrupt Robo-host. He's
Mike, I think the audience knows of the same person.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I don't think they do.
there's
Why
any,
do you ruin that? That's part of
I
the
don't know. No, I don't.
part of the
I don't-
spirit of radio, Joe.
Let's hear. You know, I don't want to put you on the spot. Are you comfortable with Robo
I
Host
don't,
taking us
I
out?
don't care.
Okay, why don't you just say something to take us out, Robo Host?
Hope you enjoyed this podcast. And all you sexy ladies, overdrive.
That's all for this episode of The Second Column. For more information, go to joedonatelli.com.